let's have a little discussion on cigar box guitar kits. What do you say? Hi, Rob with CQRC Bigs here. So, in this video, I want to talk about using cigar box guitar kits. Now, perhaps you've heard of some companies like Solo and Saga, um, Pitbull guitars. There's a few others out there that make guitar kits that you can put together. Some of them look like the Flying V's from Gibson. Some of them look like Fender Telecasters or Stratocasters. Others look like LPs. Just different ones out there, and you can get them. They come with a body and usually all the neck and all the parts and hardware you need to include the electronics. And then from there you can take the body and you can paint it, sand it, stain it, do what you want with it, put this thing together, right? A lot of them even come with what's called a paddle headstock, which is like um, basically a headstock that's like that wide, kind of tall, squarish that you can then cut down and shape however you want. Um, but these kits, they're real popular among like your six string guitar fans, right? Because you can get them and you can customize them pretty much however you want. You can upgrade the electronics, upgrade the strings, some of the hardware, do what you want, and end up with a pretty nice sounding guitar for not a whole lot of money. So, in the cigar box guitar community, we have a lot of similar kits, right? So, all three are both of the major vendors. MGB and CB Giddy have quite a lineup of kits that you can get and put together. And then um, there's a vendor on eBay called Chintz Zero who also has a lineup of kits that they sell. And some of these kits, they will have maybe just a box, just a body basically, and a neck. Some of them, it might be just a box with some parts in, and then you figure out what you want to do from there with the neck or whatnot. Some of them, though, are full on, you know, like literally the full Monty, if you will, as far as body, neck, all the parts that you need, right? And so these things, I would say, I probably, require different levels of skill. Now there is a little bit of controversy in the community because some people kind of think, oh, well, using a kit, yeah, it's not really homemade, so to speak. And there are some less than honest brokers out there, and they'll get these kits and they'll build them and won't do anything fancy with them other than maybe put a little bit of a finish or whatnot. But they will then sell them as handmade, homemade, as if they did the whole thing themselves when all they did was put it together and, like I said, maybe put a little, maybe paint or a little stain or something on that if they even did that level, right? You know, but the reality is they didn't put any more work into it than turning a wrench, um, or a screwdriver, right? So so there's some people who kind of feel like these kits don't really have a place in the community. I disagree. I think these kits have a great place in our community, especially for people who are just getting started out. Because let's face it, if you've never done any woodworking or any of that before, you maybe don't have a lot of skill. It can be a little bit intimidating, and sometimes you really don't even realize everything that you need that to be able to build a guitar, right? So these kits, I think, are a great way to introduce new builders to the hobby, and even some of us seasoned builders, you know, just a great way to have a little bit more fun. So I'm going to start out um, talking about this kit here, and all the kits I'm talking about today are from MGB, right? Just because I've got the most experience with them. Like I said, I love their customer service. I love Mike over there. He always taking care of me, doing me right. And so this is one of Mike's latest kits. I call it the RYJ. It's Romeo Juliet, right? So this kit, it comes with a box, it comes with the strings, it comes with the pickup, already mounted to a wiring harness that has volume, a tone pot, an output jack with a jack plate, comes with a bridge, comes with a neck, comes with a couple of strap buttons, a little cover for a control cavity here. There's a steel reinforcement plate that's used to help secure the neck to the body. And it even comes with the tuners, right? And the knot or the nut here already pre-slotted for the strings, and the headstock already pre-drilled for the tuners. So literally all you have to do is put this thing together. Now, you will need to drill. Most of the holes are already pre-drilled in the box. The access hole here is pre-drilled. The cavity for the pickup is already cut out, as well as the holes to mount the pots. This little F hole here is already pre-drilled. The mounting holes for the bridge and the hole for the jack are already pre-drilled. All right, as well as the mounting hole for the neck. You will have to, matter of fact, the holes to secure the pickup cover to the box are already pre-drilled. You will have to drill a few holes. You'll have to drill the holes to mount the jack plate. You'll have to drill the holes to mount the strap button. Um, you'll have to drill the holes on the back of the headstock to get those little screws in there. And then you'll also have to drill a hole right underneath the bridge. That way you can run your ground wire. This box is also reinforced under the lid where the bridge goes, so that you've got something to screw those screws in and really mount that bridge down. But I mean, other than those few holes, you literally you just assemble it. You install your tuners, install the pickup, put the control pots in, run the jack through, pop the bridge down after you run your ground wire up through, and then secure everything together, right? String it up and tune it up, and oh my goodness, beautiful sounding guitar. Um, well, once I got this thing put together and tuned up and everything, I said, "This is heaven in a box," right? Um, I tuned it to Open G. I ran it through my Fender Frontman 10G amp. Great sounding guitar. Love it. Um, it took me about an hour, hour and 5 minutes or so to assemble everything, and then probably another good hour to actually get it strung up and then actually tuned, right? Um, so really, less than 2.5 hours I had this beautiful sounding 4 string guitar. Normally, on the headstock, I would do a little wood burning of my logo, but I just did that with a little Sharpie, as well as, see if you can see it there, the serial number. This was actually my 69th build. I think I said in my intro video that I was on like number 69 or 70. Well, I did that video before I put this together, and sure enough, this was number 69. But this guitar, I would this particular kit, I would call that beginner level, right? Um, and again, I think it's useful because you can, for somebody who's new to the hobby, just sitting there, really at your kitchen table or whatever, I had a screwdriver, a deep well socket, and a wrench. and then a drill with a 1/8 inch bit, or as you were 1/16 inch bit, and a 5/64. Um, and for the screwdriver, a Phillips one and Phillips two. All right, and so again, I didn't need a lot of fancy anything. Just some real common tools, and I put this thing together. And I'm thinking back about 3 years ago when I got started in this, right? Wow, because it when I built that first, it took me 6, 7 months to get that thing right. Um, but imagine having a kit like that in a couple of hours, and bam, I've got this playable instrument. Now imagine the momentum that you get off of that, right? The excitement. So now, this next kit that I'll talk about, this is called the Carrillo Pledge. Now, the Carrillo Pledge, if you get on the MGB website, you'll find that it comes with the neck and it comes with the box. All right, the box is already the box has a hole in the back for an access cavity, and it has a hole drilled up here um, in the head for to mount the neck, and then you have option whether you want 3 string or 4 string. If you select 3 string, then MGB will drill 3 holes in the headstock and put 3 slots in the nut. But if you select 4 string, then you get 4 holes in the headstock and 4 slots in the nut. And then everything else, though, that's with this box, the corners, the control knobs, really the wiring harness. I've got to pick up something like this, ghosted under the lid, with the bridge. Um, you know, Everything else I then selected to include the strings. I then selected pretty much, what I wanted. I could have made those selections. Matter of fact, the tuners even. I could have made those selections off MGB's website. I could have gone to Amazon, StuMac, whatever, and gotten whatever I wanted. But with a box like this, it's a little bit more intermediate because again, you get the neck and you get the box, and then everything else you kind of got to figure out what you want. The advantage to that is I think this is a lot more customizable because maybe I thought chrome looked better. I actually thought gold looked better with this, but maybe I was thinking chrome, right? Maybe I was thinking black. Maybe I was thinking antique brass. Um, different things. Maybe I didn't want box corners. Maybe maybe I didn't even want it to be electric. Maybe I wanted it to be acoustics. I could have popped some sound holes in here, whatever, right? I could have customized this thing however I wanted, and then you can see there I did do the wood burning on the headstock to include basically the serial number. This was my 50th build, so with this, these kits, these will run you about $75 for the kit itself, and then whatever you spend on top of that, based off what options you want. Um, but this, this is a neat little kit. Now, this next kit that I'm going to show you, um, actually a combination of two of MGB's kits. So this kit here, MGB sells body kits, and it is just the body. All right. This is one of MGB's license plate guitar body kits, right? So with these kits, you actually get a bottom panel, a top ring panel, and then there's like an intermediate panel that has tabs to mount the license plate, and then there's 2 more center rings. All right. Um, and then you find the license plate that you want and put it on. But this is MGB's mandolin kit. The mandolin kit itself comes with the neck. It's got a truss rod in it because it's got 8 strings. Truss rod cover. It comes with the tuners. Um, and then it comes with the bridge, the strings, and the tailpiece here. All right. And these mandolin kits, they're neat kits. Um, because they also I think come with a strap button there, right? They're neat kits because all you got to do is come up with the body. So I decided to pair the body with or to pair the kit with the license plate body, and the license plate body you glue the parts together. All right, um, you know, regular old Type Bond or Gorilla Glue, and then like this, I sanded everything down. I put a nice little clear coat to give it a real nice shine. It's a little dusty right now, being out here in my garage. And then I got a pickup again, about like this. Um, got a wiring harness that had a tone, a volume, and a jack. And I actually made these knobs myself using cut down dowels, and then I put knob inserts in it. And just because of the spacing here, you'll see one of the knobs is a little bit skinny, one's a little bit fat. Um, but that's because of the spacing between the jack there and the knob there. I should have thought and actually so one of these inner rings has cutouts that you just need to finish drilling out to put your controls. And I should have probably thought to put that jack up here instead of down here. But um, in any case, these kits they're a little bit more advanced because these mandolin kits they go together pretty quick. But then because I did electrify it and I did use this body kit, oh, that's grossly out of tune. But anyway, so these kits are probably a little bit more advanced. Need a little bit more skills, especially with the electronics and stuff like that. But these are pretty neat kits. And then I had this old Colorado license plate that I used with it. And again, I did a little wood burning here on the headstock. You'll see on that truss rod cover. It's kind of hard to see, but I put my logo on a sticker and put that on the truss rod cover. Just thought that was kind of unique. Um, so again, there's a little bit the kits that come with just the neck and the strings and so forth. There's a little bit of customization room because you pick the body, all right, and then go from there. Now I am going to show you a ukulele kit. Um, and they also are a little bit advanced. So MGB has a complete lineup of ukulele kits. His newest ukulele kit is a Sopranissimo, right? So this kit, it's literally you get a neck with the head with 4 tuner holes cut out, pre-slotted nut, 11-inch scale fretboard. So Sopranissimo scale. All right. The neck's already got a hanger bolt in it. Um, you get the tuners, and then you get a little accessory pack like this that has the strings, the bridge with the saddle, and all the screws that you would need. I typically with these kits I will use the screws, and it even maybe I can get this close enough to the camera, but there's it even comes with these little buttons that you can put over those over those holes there once you screw the bridge down to the body. Um, now with these kits, again, you've got to find a body for them. You know, so you can use regular cigar box. Um, you can use. I like MGB's easy boxes with these because again, I've already got sound hole, and then with that, um, now I can get some other accessories, right? I can get some box corners. Um, I can get some strap buttons. I can get, you know, I had some up here earlier, um, but um, some sound hole covers, right? So you can get some different things, right, to really kind of dress it up a little bit. And again, with those easy boxes, you can paint, you can stain, you can do whatever, and really make those things neat. And the Sopranissimo, or the ukulele kits. So MGB actually does everything from Sopranissimo, soprano, concert, tenor, and baritone kits, right? And with his concert kit, he's actually got a deluxe version that would have a neck like this, in concert scale, but the fretboard has binding on the side, so it actually gives it a little bit more finished look. Now, one thing too that MGB sells, um, they sell these bridge plate templates, right? And so with them, basically, what you do um, is once you mount the once you mount, and I'm going to kind of open this box a little bit that way I have a little bit of room to work with. But so let's take this hardware off, and hopefully I'm smart enough not to lose it. Because what you're going to do is you're going to mount the you're going to mount the neck to the box. All right. So kind of like that. All right. No, I'm not sure that's exactly centered. But you want to make sure you get it good and centered, and then you come along with this template, and you put it in here. Again, make sure everything's lined up. But now, no, I'm not sure I've got everything exactly squared. But once you get everything squared, then right in here, this rectangle cut out here is now where you can put your bridge, and it helps ensure that your bridge is the proper distance from the nut, so that you do in fact have the appropriate scale length for the instrument you're building. Um, so MGB has these templates um, for I want to say just about or the majority of the necks that they sell. The easy neck, the super neck, um, all of the ukulele necks. And I think MGB even does a ukulele bass or U bass, and he's got templates for those necks as well, which really help to make sure. And again, especially if you're a novice, those templates can really come in handy and help make sure that you get your spacing right. But anyway, like I said, with these kits, um, you know, I wouldn't necessarily like. Yes, I might put together one of these kits and I might sell it. I wouldn't say it's 100% totally handmade, but it is homemade. It is, still some work went into it. I did a study a few months ago, figured out that depending on what options I'm doing and whatnot, and especially when it comes to staining and whether I've got to put the body together or whatever I've got to do. Because there's another kit I ain't bringing it up here, but it's called a Boxster, which has a body similar to that license plate that you glue the components together, and then it's got pickup and control panel and all that stuff that you assemble it. And again, depending on what you're doing, I mean, you can put some time into these things, but most of these kits can be put together in about 2 to 3 hours, not including time for glue to dry or stain or whatnot. But again, they have their place in the community. I highly recommend them. I love MGB's kits. I've done some of CB Giddy's as well. Um, you know, and for especially new people, but even for those of us who have been doing this for a while, they can be a lot of fun. And depending on which kit you get, you've got customization options that you can go with. So really, I say go ahead, take a dive into them, see what you think. Um, especially if you're new to this, right? You know, make yourself a nice custom guitar or ukulele or mandolin, and just have fun with it. But anyway, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a like or a subscribe, leave me a comment, and we will see you on the flip side.